When people talk about the best Batman movies, you always hear the same ones: The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, The Batman. But there's one film, one that gets mocked, overlooked, and misunderstood that might actually deserve a seat at the table. And I'm talking Batman Forever. Yes, the 1995 Joel Schumacher film with neon lights, crazy villains, and a smiling Bruce Wayne. Now, for years, people called it the movie that killed Batman. But look a little deeper, and you'll see something different because behind the camp, behind the wild color palette, there's a movie that understands something powerful about Bruce Wayne that even darker films sometimes forget. Now, today here at Loreverse, we are breaking down why Batman Forever is secretly one of the best Batman movies ever made. Now, Batman Forever sits in a weird spot in history. It's the middle child, right? The movie between Tim Burton's Gothic masterpieces and Joel Schumacher's cartoonish Batman and Robin. But that's exactly what makes it so fascinating. It's the bridge between the two eras of Batman, the darkness of Burton and the optimism of the comics. And Schumacher didn't want to make Batman depressing. He wanted to make him human. He took the psychological roots of Burton's films and wrapped them in color, light, and myth. And the result was a movie that doesn't reject darkness, but it transforms that darkness. And Batman Forever might look flashy, but thematically, it's all about identity, trauma, and healing, maybe more than any Batman movie before it. Now, Val Kilmer doesn't get enough credit. His Bruce Wayne isn't angry like Bale or haunted like Michael Keaton, but he's searching for something. This is a Batman who's tired of being two people, the mask and the man. Throughout the film, Bruce asks one question over and over again: can I live a normal life? And that's the core of Batman Forever. It's not about vengeance, it's about identity. And Dr. Chase Meriden, played by Nicole Kidman, represents Bruce's yearning for balance. And his flashbacks, right? Those haunting memories of his parents' death force him to relive why he became the Batman in the first place. And the film literally shows Bruce recovering his repressed memories the moment he chose the bat. It's a journey inward, right? A story about a man coming to terms with who he truly is. And that's something we rarely see explored this directly in Batman movies. Whether other versions focus on vengeance, Batman Forever focuses on acceptance. Now, people love to say that this movie is too bright, too colorful, and too goofy, but that's what makes it work because the neon isn't random, but it's symbolic. Gotham here is a reflection of Bruce's psyche, chaotic, loud, and constantly at war with itself. Two-Face represents his duality, the mask versus the man. And the Riddler represents his obsession with understanding everything, even himself. And they're not just villains, they're manifestations of Bruce's internal struggles. And Schumacher turned Gotham into a living metaphor, a city that glows like temptation and corruption, a place where identity can be split in half. And for all of its camp, the movie's energy mirrors Bruce's own, a man holding chaos and control in the same breath. Now, here's the emotional core. Robin. Chris O'Donnell's Dick Grayson isn't just comic relief. He's Bruce's mirror, a young man whose parents are murdered, whose rage pushes him towards revenge. Sound familiar? This is the first Batman movie that actually confronts the idea of legacy. Bruce sees his own trauma in Dick and makes a choice no Batman before him ever does. He decides to break the cycle. When Bruce tells Dick, if you kill Harvey, you'll be killing Two-Face, but you'll also be killing your parents all over again. That's one of the most mature, insightful lines ever spoken in a Batman movie. And it's Bruce realizing that vengeance doesn't heal pain, but compassion does. And that's what makes Batman Forever so powerful. It's not about just fighting crime. It's about choosing to live. And sure, right, Jim Carrey's Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones' Two Faces are over the top, but that's the point. They represent theatrical evil, exaggerated reflections of Bruce's inner conflict. Two Face is literally torn in two, and the Riddler is obsessed with knowing everything, the mind without any heart. And both of them force Batman to face this one question: who are you beneath the mask? Even the final act, right? When Riddler asks, why can't you just die? Bruce doesn't respond with violence. He responds with clarity. He says this: because I am both Bruce Wayne and Batman, not because I have to be, but because I choose to be. And that's the thesis of the film, and one of the best lines in Batman history. Batman Forever might be the most mythic looking Batman movie ever made. The towering statues, the gothic meets neon architecture, and the glowing Batcave. It's not trying to be realistic, it's trying to be timeless, though. It's a comic book brought to life, okay? And that's something most modern superhero films are too afraid to do, you know? Like this is theatrical, and it's unapologetically Batman. And when you strip away the memes, the jokes, and the hindsight, you realize Batman Forever is a story about healing, about a man learning to be whole again. It might not be the darkest Batman film, it might not be the most serious, but it's one of the few that truly understands the heart of Bruce Wayne. A man not defined by tragedy, but by the courage to live with it. And that's why Batman Forever isn't just underrated, it's one of the best Batman movies ever made. Now, if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for more cinematic deep dives from Gotham to Middle Earth. You're only going to get this on the Loreverse. So please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And peace out. And by the way, I made this video because I recently just watched Batman Forever and forgot the gems that are in this movie. Yes, this movie had problems and issues, but this is actually not a bad movie. You guys should give this a rewatch nowadays. Stay crispy. Peace out.